look at my life, I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life, 24 and there's so much more. Live alone in a paradise that makes me think that too. Love lost such a cost. Give me things that won't get lost, like a coin that won't get lost, rolling.
BlueNote Fan Report. Aloha mahalo. I am Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and I am joined, as always, by the lovable, the laser-eyed, I'm going to smack the crap out of you, Miss Ashley Slapshot Jones. How are you doing today, Miss Ashley?
I'm doing well. How are you, Guy?
I am doing good. There's only one game today, and the Jets are doubling up the Canadians. What a sad day in the NHL. Let's just play one game.
Yep.
Yeah, you know. But it doesn't mean we don't have a lot to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you know, I sometimes don't want to do it, but sometimes it needs to be. I need to pat myself on the back a lot right now.
All right.
Who said this weekend that Wednesday was going to be a big game and an important game, and that was probably the more important 2 points that we were going to have this week up to Minnesota? And wow, if it didn't turn out that way.
Absolutely.
Thanks to the LA Queens.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that crap?
No, I did miss that.
Okay, well, I kind of I paid attention to it. LA's up 3-0. I'm like, this is in the bag. I'm not feeling good. I'm going to lay down, take a nap. I wake up, it's 3-3.
Mm-hmm.
I think they scored
I
5
did see that.
or 6 unanswered goals.
It was 6. The game was 6-3 in the end.
Wow, man, that was just, and I'm thinking LA's got our back. And now, here's what's worse. Now LA's going to make me look bad because there's a good chance that they're going to miss the playoffs and the Knights get in now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't think that the Canucks have a chance. I think they're too far out of it. Too many things have to go right.
I agree.
Canucks make the playoffs, they're winning the cup because that's how right things have to go in order for them just to make the playoffs.
Absolutely.
And I don't see it. And then in the West, the Isles are done. I think we just took the wind out of the Isles sail. My gosh.
Yeah.
What? Now, I knew we were good, and I knew we were better than the Isles. I didn't know we were that much better than the Isles.
I mean,
and I didn't know that we were going to.
Was incredible. That game, we just annihilated them.
You know what, Chris? Actually, I think the picture is going to be pretty much set by the beginning of next week. Right? I really do. I just looking at the way things are setting up and the way things are happening, I think that the picture is really going to be set by the middle of the next week.
I agree, right? Because we're down to the nitty gritty.
Oh yeah, there's like most teams have 10 games or less left, right? And I know Chris is very analytical and like face value, and I get that, and I see what he's saying. Yeah, of course, the end of the season, but I'm just looking at some of this stuff. You look at let me do this here real quick, so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Our Magic, good question. Right? It is 9 points, 4.5 wins. We could clinch on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an easy chance of us clinching on Saturday. No, it's 4.5 wins, 9 points, but it could happen.
Absolutely.
We would have to win Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, and then the Kings are basically right now the Knights would have to lose one more game.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that would in that, so it puts a lot on us. The Knights could lose 2, we could win 2, and then be a half point out. Or so it all depends, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, just go out and do your job, right?
Well, we got some good news coming. Apparently, both Krug and Bozak were skating, though they think that only one of them will be ready, and that'll probably be Krug.
Krug, yeah, I seen that today too. I'm with that. I do think that it will only be one. I think it'll be Krug, and
I mean, in all honesty, everybody's going to want to see him play against his old team, and
and
he's
this is
going to
the
want to
first time he's
play.
had that chance.
And I mean, the young guys are playing well forward wise. Mikola's in a slump, and I think he needs the break. So it'll be good to have Krug back.
The only thing with that is I wouldn't put Krug on the top line. I'd put him on the third line.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Right? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, nothing more than that. Let him get out there with Bortuzzo. And the problem is that's kind of you're taking a chance.
Yeah.
Right? You're taking a big chance doing that. However, it might make sense, right, to take that chance. Now, I understand that these are 8 big 2 points. I get that. However, at the same time, if you lose this game, okay. Right? I mean, honestly, okay. They lost to the Bruins. The Bruins are fighting for a playoff life. They're trying, they could easily be second. They could anywhere be from second to the last wild card. So yeah, they're going to be fighting for their playoff life. They're going to be hungrier than you might be, right?
Well, I don't know. The Blues haven't strung together more than 5 wins in a row. This is tied for the first streak we had.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to be hungry to get that 6th.
I'd love to see it. Marianne, bless her soul, or what's the Southern saying? Bless her heart. I wouldn't do that to you, Marianne. I love you too much. That's one of those put downs. That's like the South's happy way of saying F you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Go F yourself. Oh, I love it.
But no, she's taking a card out of my book.
What?
She's taking a card out of my book. What if we win them all?
Well, okay, 115 points. That's great. Is this team going to win the next 11? No.
Probably not, but
okay.
I like the enthusiasm.
I do too, but and here's the funny thing. I brought this up to her, and she's like, well, wait a minute. Haven't you been saying that since they're playing at a pace for 106, 107 points? I've been saying since January that this team's going to get 105 points, right? And now we had a really crappy March, unfortunately, but where are we at? 106, 107 points, that's what you're going to need. That's what you're going to need to. I'm not concerned with the first round, home or away. I'm really not. The only thing about the first round home is there's a chance it could be more in the third round. And I think that bodes a lot better for the Blues than having that away in that third round. And yes, I'm looking to the third round because I don't see Colorado losing to either Dallas or Winnipeg, or Dallas or Nashville. However, I do see Dallas and Nashville, playing their hearts out and taking it to 6. Right?
Actually, it depends on which, because both teams have actually played the Avs very well this season. I think both have at least pulled out 2 wins.
Devin, I'm not sure. I know. Oh, that's right. Devin, if I'm going to bring you on tomorrow, I have to do it during the one of the intermissions or post game. And the reason I say that is because something popped up that I didn't expect. But we have a special guest tomorrow. We have two special guests tomorrow.
Two?
All right. Yes. First, Maddie from Maddie C's Sports for You and Me is going to be on. He's a Boston guy, right? He should be on. Should be. Prominent word. And then I reached out to a buddy yesterday and said, "Hey, you're willing to come on?" And he said, "Yeah, I'll be at work, but I can sneak out." So Terry Yake is going to join us at least for the pregame.
So excited.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be there for the post or the intermissions, but I'd like to have him for the pregames. His daughter is being commissioned as an officer in the Air Force here coming up.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, so we're gonna. I want to talk to him a little bit about, let him brag about his daughters. I bragged about mine a little bit, so let him brag about his daughter. And the guy played for the Whalers for a while. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why this came up. Someone asked me and I said the Boston Whalers,
Mm-hmm.
the boat. Right. Excuse me. But he knows Boston. He knows the area. He knows the type of play. He knows all of those. Whoever doesn't play Colorado, Nashville, or Dallas could give the Flames a run for their money. And Jim, my buddy Jim, I absolutely agree with that. And I've been talking about that for a while. I think in the West, see, when I did my original 10 rankings, and I probably should redo them, I had Calgary down low. And the reason I had Calgary down low, because I just didn't think that they had a chance against one of the two wild cards in the West. I just about now I say that, but they played much, much better at this point than they did when I wrote that article. But yes, I could see them taking 6 or 7 on that. I really could. And here's one thing to remember. Very, very, very rare do all 4 first-round seeds advance to the second or third round. In fact, I don't think, I can't remember, God, I'd have to go way back to where I can remember 2 number 1 seeds facing each other in the third round or the fourth round, to be honest. I mean, it's been that long. It just doesn't happen. And seeding in the NHL isn't necessarily seeding. It's matching up. It's matchups. And, just like with Tampa in 19, who would have thought that Columbus was going to sweep them? But, you come in, you have a great regular season, you set all kinds of records. You think, Columbus just kind of snuck into the playoffs. They got lucky. We'll be fine. We're going to get this. And Columbus just came out and played like they didn't care.
Yep.
Right. And that's what happens. If you come out and play like you've got nothing to lose and you leave it all on the table, sometimes that's enough.
Yeah.
Now, the
because
problem
like
with
you
that
say is the difference between the top team and the bottom team is like that much.
Yeah.
So,
It's
mean,
minuscule,
it's the same thing in the playoffs.
Right. Like, no, Jim Thomas put out something and it kind of, it resonated with me a little bit. I wanted to say, I kind of don't think that's right, Jim, but I let it go. He put out that this year at the 72 game mark or 70 game mark, whatever it was, the Blues only had 2 less points than they did in 2019-20 or 19-20, right? When the league paused. Well, when the league paused, that was good enough for first in the West. When now that we've paused, or now that we're here, we're third or we're down. We're like 9th in the league instead of 2nd in the league. And he said that the bottom teams just aren't as good. No parity. I don't think it's as much that the bottom teams aren't as good. I think that you're seeing a lot of bottom teams beating top teams. It's the middle teams that I think have slipped more
and
than
even the top teams aren't. I mean, they're obviously top teams, but they're not as dominant.
Yeah, it doesn't feel that way. It really doesn't. You're seeing, going down the stretch, you're seeing Carolina lose. Carolina may end up Carolina's been in first almost the entire season, and they could end up in the third wild card spot, or not the third in the division, right? They've got a big matchup with the Rangers coming up, right? They've got to go against the Rangers and really handle it, right? They got to handle it, otherwise they're tied up. So this isn't, I think that while the points have increased, I really think it's more the middle. And if you look at the standings, you look in the East, there's such a separation between the 2 teams, right? We were talking about the Isles being like 6, 8, or 13 points back of the wild card spot.
I think that a lot of that has to do with the fact that the East hasn't played the West very well. If you look at those matchups, the West has pretty much dominated their East Coast games minus the Blues, but they really have.
We've done pretty good against the East Coast. We've done better.
Carolina.
We've done better than a lot of people think, right? Against the East, we're 12-12-4, right? We're 7-4-2 against the Atlantic and 5-8-2 against the Metro, right? And we have a chance to make that 6-8-2 coming up. But it just, for me, no, Boston's in the Atlantic, I think. Man, I can never get those right.
Yeah, I can't either.
Yeah, Boston's in the Atlantic.
Pay attention.
Say again?
I don't really pay much attention to the East because we play in the West.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
I try and pay attention to them all. It's just that the Central Division makes sense. The Pacific makes sense. Metro and the Atlantic kind of don't make sense, right?
No, not at all.
Like for me, the Metro would be more like the Canadian teams. You would put Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, Buffalo, New York, New Jersey. That's 7, and then I guess the next closest one to that would be Washington, right? All right, now I think Carolina's further down, I think, on the map. But that would be, to me, that's who the Metro would be, because they're all in that, decent area. But then you look at who is in the Metro, and it just kind of huh? Well, actually, no. I guess you got I forgot it. But so the Metro has Carolina, the Rangers, Pittsburgh, Washington, the Islanders, Columbus, Philadelphia, and New Jersey. The Atlantic has Montreal, which is nowhere near the Atlantic, Ottawa, Buffalo, Detroit, Boston, Tampa Bay, Toronto, and Florida. Of that, only 4 of those teams are on the Atlantic. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. That's it. 3 of them on the Atlantic coast. Right? That's why it doesn't make any sense to me. So
Ryan, he doesn't care about the pronunciation. He's going to say what he says.
You leave me alone, Brian. You leave me alone. Me and it's not Washington, it's Washington. I'm from St. Louis. That's the way I'm going to say it. You just, right?
It's not how I say it, but I'm not going to correct you.
But you're not from St. Louis. You weren't raised here.
I mean, I moved here when I was 9, so I've spent most of
my
life. Yeah, pretty much.
By that time, your speech patterns are set.
Yeah.
Right? There are people who can adjust their speech patterns and get different, accents and things thrown in. For me, you think about this. I lived in St. Louis for 18 years. I've lived outside of it more than I've lived inside of it. Yet my speech patterns are all from St. Louis, right? All from St. Louis. I haven't picked up any, I lived in Japan for 9 years.
Yeah.
I lived in Chicago for, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 years. Right? I didn't pick up its speech patterns from other areas that I lived in. I've lived here for what? Damn near going on 18 years. So about the same time I lived in St. Louis. I have not picked up on any Hawaiian speech patterns, right? Any. So with that being said, you know, your a lot of your speech patterns are developed. Actually, they are in the same division. I think they are in the same division. Right? Yeah. The Rangers and the Islanders and the Devils are all in the same division. They're all in the Metro. Right? It's Pittsburgh. It's Pittsburgh and Philadelphia that kind of, I don't know, doesn't make sense. In Columbus, right? That doesn't make sense there. Right? They just changed the name from Metro. I mean, Metropolitan. Just the Atlantic. Changed the names for the Eastern divisions. In my eyes, actually, I'll tell you that when you come down to it, I think they should absolutely go back to the original names. Right? Norris division, Smite division. I forget what the other two were, but I love those divisions. I love that they weren't. What was it they used to? Oh yeah, you can give me all the crap you want. You're more than welcome to. Malkin suspended 4 games for cross-checking. Wow. Wow. You notice what suspension didn't happen?
Yeah.
Right. I don't even know if they looked at it. I don't even think they looked at it. Be honest with you, I don't think they looked at it. Ooh,
I didn't think they would.
Cedric was good. I didn't like most of the rest of the show. I didn't like. Jose was there. He opened up. My buddy who was a DJ started. They were pretty good. I enjoyed that. I didn't enjoy the host comic, and I didn't enjoy the other Montel guy. It just, I don't like being vulgar just to be vulgar. Right. And those guys, that's what they think they have to do to be funny, is be vulgar. And that doesn't get me, but I enjoyed Cedric. I actually was supposed to have a chance to meet him, but he decided not to show up at the after party.
Yay, Nick. Welcome back, bud.
Huh?
Nick's ban is up.
Yay, Nick. I didn't say this. We missed you, bud. We missed you. Right? We enjoy each and every one of you. We enjoy what we do, and we enjoy it for you. That's just all. Not Crosby. Zdeno Chara with that cross check to Kyrou. Right? That should have been so much more. That really, really should have been so much more. Now, the one person I wouldn't want to ask that is if I'd asked don't make a comment. Oh my goodness, buddy. Yeah. If the Blues go all the way to the Cup Finals, I say Florida Panthers will be our opponent, and we'll go 7 games. Don't know about that. I like Florida. Florida's got some things up ahead of them. Jason says when Chara came out to apologize, it's like he said, "Oh, he's sorry. He didn't know his own strength. Let it go." Yeah, I don't. You can apologize, but you still need to. Yeah, you still need to. I'm kind of not a complete believer in Florida either. I think one of the things that I don't believe in Florida is the fact that they're still playing Quinville hockey without Quinville. And in the playoffs, Quinville hockey is very hard to stay on unless you've got somebody on you to stay in Quinville hockey, right?
Yep.
Quinville hockey in the playoffs is all about puck control. Puck control, puck control, puck control, puck control, right? And it's so easy to get flustered in a playoff game. It's so easy to not stick to the program. And when you do that, the wheels come off. And that's what I think's happened to Florida the last few years is now in my GERD. You know who that's for, right? You get some of this.
Actually, I wouldn't be hitting those buttons. I kind of think that Toronto's going to do better this year than they have.
I would love to see it. I don't know. I think that for Toronto, it's going to depend on a matchup. And right now, the matchups that they're going to end up with aren't good, right? I was just looking at this not that long ago, just moments ago, actually. Let me take this off so you can kind of see it a little better. You look at Toronto, that first round matchup with Tampa Bay, the 2-time defending Cup champs. That's not an easy matchup. Now, could Boston slip into that and make it it's still not an easy matchup, right? There's no matchup for Toronto that's Toronto friendly, right? You look at the wild cards. The Caps playing Florida, and then Boston playing Carolina. Boston has a chance. The Caps don't, but it's still not. It's still not. It's not friendly matchups. And then you go in the West, right? Now, see, this is what I love. I love right after the game, people said, we're in second place. We're in second place. And I was thinking, I'm going to keep my mouth shut, right? Minnesota does what they do. They get 6 unanswered goals, and now they're in second place, right? Now, the only thing is that if this stays tied, we would jump them, right? Because of this right here. You see where I'm circling there, Ash? That's regulation wins. That is the first tiebreaker. There is no way Minnesota is going to get to tie us. If they tie us, they're going to be so far ahead of us, it doesn't matter, right? So you're talking 6 wins. That's 12 points, right? Yep. For them to get 12 more points than us, it's just not happening, right? So if we stay tied, we've got them. And it's just, like I said, they use, I think they should always use it, but they use points percentage until they get to, so the first tiebreaker is points percentage. The next one is the greater number of games won, excluding games won in overtime or shoutouts. That's regulation wins, RW. So when we're looking at that, we've got that tiebreaker, which I think bodes well for us. We're also on a 5-game win streak, coming into a team against Boston that we don't like, right? So that should be helpful.
All right, let's catch up with the comments. Ryan had me laughing quite a bit on that
I tried
one.
listening in the shower while I was in the shower and felt oddly uncomfortable with Guy's voice in the back. Ryan, you're on today. All right. Lambert says, yeah, I can be a possible believer in Toronto too, and the Hurricanes. Not there yet. Maddie C says, what's up to my favorite show? I think he's going to be excited tomorrow. I think Malkin should have gotten an extra fine added to the suspension because of that hard, dangerous slash side hip area before the cross track. Unfortunately, that's not how the CBA is set. And oh wow, this is yeah. I'm not going to disagree with that, Bob. I'm absolutely not. You got to get that down. Maddie C says, go Bees tomorrow. I say go Bees home and stay home. Nick says it sounds kinky. Nick, wrong show. The Pornhub hockey report will be next week on these and other stations. See, I'm good impromptu. I'm better impromptu than Kings have announced that Drew Doughty will miss the rest of the season because of wrist surgery. Yeah, I heard that. And he's likely to make a full recovery, though. I've heard that. I did hear that. Kings, though, they scare me right now. I think that the Kings were one of those teams that I thought was going to get into the playoffs, right? This is a team that's going to get into the We talking Bruins Blues. Yes, sir, we are. And other things. We'll be talking Bruins Blues tomorrow. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
The Kings were the one that I thought was going to get into the playoffs. You know, one of the teams that didn't get in last year that was going to get in.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Jason. I won't be a part of that show, by the way. I'm going to dip out on that.
See how funny it was? You got to give me credit there.
It was funny, but I'm not a part of that show.
Oh my goodness! I got my booster today, so maybe I'm a
little delirious.
Yeah, delirious or whatever. You know, I got a booster and a flu shot at the same day.
Luckily, I did that, and that was rough.
And they did it in different arms, though. Thank goodness.
They did for me too, and both arms.
Nick says, "You know what, Nick? I can do that."
Maybe.
I can do that.
I don't think that was the music he was talking about.
Probably not, but maybe I got to find some porn music to put on for tomorrow.
No, Ryan, I am not a part of the Porno Hub hockey show. If you hear me at all, it's not.
You're the one that started it. You're the one that started it there, bud. You and Nick. This is all on you and Nick. This is your guy's fault, you know. But that's what makes the show so fun to listen to. Mm-hmm. You don't know, and that's why like a lot of these radio shows and that, you know, that 2 hours before they come in, these are the things we're going to talk about. These are the guests we're going to have, and all of it, and that doesn't work for me, right? I'd rather, because I want you guys to be the start of the show, right? I want you guys to direct the show. I want you guys to know what you think, and then let us, you know, I'll tell you what, I've been told, oh, you're really brave for what you do. And actually, I don't think I'm the brave one. You know who the brave ones are?
The people in the room.
Because when you comment, I have a voice. You're just commenting. I have a voice. I can, you know, run a sword right through your comment. And that's brave. You have to be brave to make your comment. And then when you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I disagree with you, and then I'm going to slash it up, to still put it up there. I mean, that's the stuff for me. That's the brave. You know, I'm just here doing what I do.
Chris,
you know,
this is not the pH. No.
Say again.
Chris, he's like the pH report on God. No, not happening with me here.
Oh, I'm not even doing that. Not yet, Nick. We got 7 with 2 more getting very, very close. Right? You know, I know Golf King's not here, but think of Golf King, right? This is in reference to something Golf King put up.
Hunger. Right? Here's another one. Oh my God, Scandella's the worst fucking defenseman, and I'm sorry, I'm going off. I'm pissed. I'm so sick and tired here. Scandella's so fucking bad. He can't play worth a shit. Fucking trade Scandella for a goddamn bag of pucks right the fuck now.
Yes.
It don't work that way, people.
Yes.
It's, you know, it's the thing is, everyone goes on my rant. They don't get that the most important part of that is the last thing I say. It's the last thing I say. That is what's the most important part of that whole rant. Right? And this is where armchair GMs piss me the F off. Right? Because it doesn't work like that. Right? That's not the way it works. If you were a GM, what are you taking for, you know, what are you taking?
Bag of pucks sounds nice.
What?
A bag of pucks sounds nice.
You know, you're going to take on all of that salary cap and give up just a bag of pucks. It's not going to happen. It doesn't work that way. Trades don't work that way. In fact, I'll tell you what. I am absolutely mystified at Ottawa, right? Why would you give up on Logan Brown to get Zach Sanford and a 4th round pick, which you're probably getting back? I think if he plays tomorrow, you get it back, right? And then turn around and trade Sanford. He's on the Jets now. Right? That made absolutely no sense to me. None. However, you know, this is one of those rare instances where the guy that you really, really need to get rid of, you're able to get more for it than you should have. And I'll take it.
Absolutely.
I honestly think that, and maybe I'm wrong here. I'll let Ashley go first, and then I'll say mine.
Honestly, I don't think that Chief has an issue with Scandella. I honestly don't even think Scandella's played that bad. I just don't like him. I just don't like him.
Right?
He had a good game in the last 2.
I'm absolutely on board with that. Right? I'm on board with Chief thinks that, again, we see the surface. The majority of fans only see the surface of the game. Right? And that's the one thing about Chief, Berube, that I have liked in his press conference. He has always talked more about the undercurrent or the undercurrent of the game than he has the surface of the game. Right? The only time, every now and then he'll get into a surface issue, right? With the Bennington game where he played really bad and the Blues gave up the 4 goals. A couple of them were some bad turnovers in the back and that. And then he goes, oh, come on. Yeah, not happening. No, well, they can trade him all they want. Let them trade him today, right? That just means he doesn't play. He can't play. He can't play at all, right? Well, he doesn't call the right people out, right? And that's something that I have really had an issue with. 692 against the Oilers and 668 against the Islanders. Go Benner. Yeah, he's played some good games, and I talked about this on Saturday. What was my number one key to the game? Play well in front of Benner. Right? That was my protect Benner. That's what I said. My key to the game, protect Benner. And that's what they did. He gave up 1 goal. Okay. It was 5-1 at that point or something like that, right? Or 5-0 at that point.
Yeah.
At 3-0, I'm worried. 2-0, I'm worried. 4-0, 5-0, got it. Yeah, Maddie, that one's. See, I'm not one of those April Fool guys. I'm just not one of them April Fool guys. But I even put a thing out on Twitter. I don't get April Fools. Let's put something out there that's completely ridiculous to get people. It just doesn't. And then we laugh at them because they're gullible. It's like pushing down. This is what April Fools is to me. April Fools is the bully picking on the weak kid. You push him down, and then what do you do after you push him down and he falls and spills all his paper? You laugh at him. That's what April Fools is. That's how I look at it. So, and now, Maddie, don't get that wrong. I know what you're trying to do. I liked it. I appreciate it. However, I'm just not an April Fool's guy. Marco Scandella was in the mid of 300.
He meant wild.
73 games for a reason. Why is because he's a very good shutdown defenseman. That's important. Don't understand the hate against him.
I just don't like him.
With the wild. I think he means wild.
Yeah,
right?
wild. Yeah.
Okay. Patty says, I love you guys. Okay, good. You're not mad at me. Benner's save against Nelson reminds me of a big save. He did have some good saves. He did have some really solid.
Absolutely. He was in good form.
They talked about him skates being set, right? Him not floating around. Skates were set. He was loose up here, right? He was free flowing. He wasn't like a rock. He was free flowing. He was waiting. He was impromptu, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't worried about positioning. He wasn't worried about all of that stuff. And to
he
me,
was in his form.
Say again.
He was in his form.
Yeah. Well, happy belated birthday to your mom, E. Oh, me and my GERD. Wow.
Yeah.
It's been really bad this weekend.
I'm sorry, man.
And you know, it's what it is. Then, what is it with doctors, right? I went to the VA today, and I got a new primary care, and I haven't seen primary care since before I was in St. Louis, right? I haven't seen him for a while, and she doesn't want to talk about. All she wants to talk about is my wrist and my GERD. She don't want to talk about any of the other issues that I have, or none of that. And then she goes, she gets on me for not taking, this medicine for my GERD. Well, normally I don't take medicine for my GERD because nothing works. Well, if your GERD is keeping you up, you have to take your medicine, guy. That's what she said. I went. And unfortunately, I just shut down because I was just like, I show a lot of respect for doctors, right? I'm getting my primary care changed. I can't deal with that, right? I get a because I'm 50, I get a checkup every 6 months. I'm getting my primary care changed. Luckily I had a psych appointment today, so I put it back to back so I could feel a little bit. Man, if that would have been my only appointment, and I'd have been, you wouldn't have wanted me on the show today. I'd be yelling and screaming and, ooh. Goes to hell when he thinks. You know what, Bob? I think that's pretty good, my friend. I think that's pretty good. We need a preview show. Unfortunately, I'll be listening, not watching tomorrow. Okay, bud. So are you going to be on tomorrow or not? Because I got your buddy tomorrow. I got your buddy
Terry
Yake. Can't think. This one game, like you always say, guy, have to see it. Benner is consistent. And I agree with that, right? But what needs to happen, and this is on Chief now, you can play Husso against Boston. I don't have a problem with that. But you cannot play Husso against Buffalo. You cannot play Husso against Buffalo. You need to play Benner against Buffalo and give Husso that extra day off to study film on Minnesota. Right? We just had a very good win against Minnesota. Be it in overtime, be it we had to come back, but we still got it. Right? I want Husso to take those 4 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 days, and study tape on Krill, on Boldy, on all of them. Just get in there and really study the tape, and also look at, and I'll try and talk. Love doing it. Yeah, no problem, bud. We'll get you. He'll be on the pregame. I don't know about the other shows, but let him get in that mindset. And then you play Benner on Sunday, because I think we have a back-to-back, right? Play somebody Sunday, I want to say.
Let me double check.
I'm pretty sure we play somebody Sunday. But that's how Guy would handle that. Sunday, we play Nashville in Nashville.
Oh, fun.
Right? Absolutely. And I would put Benner against Nashville. Right? And then San Jose is in Minnesota. Minnesota's traveling, so we're traveling too. So we play Minnesota at home on Saturday. Oh, and that's guys, that is an ESPN Plus and an ABC game. So your only local style pregame show is going to be the BlueNote Fan Report. Right? It's going to be important. Maddie says prediction shootout Blues win. I can handle that.
I'm okay with that.
I can handle that, especially as bad as we are in overtime. Oh, I may have that. Go to that game on Saturday. Game Saturday. That's Saturday is in St. Louis. Sunday is in Nashville.
Anaheim.
And
or
really,
Nashville.
Yeah. Really, that's the last hard game we've got. Well, we have Boston again.
Oh, we have Avs.
Yeah. Well, no, but until we play the Avs, right? I'm looking at this. You're not in the organization. Well, I am who I think I am. If I want to be in the organization, I'll be in the organization. Kiss my tookus.
Yeah.
2 o'clock on. Oh, yeah, that's right. Saturday's an early one for me. Yeah, that means you're going to miss Saturday, aren't you?
No, I'm just going to be really crabby and tired.
It's like 7 in the morning for me. 8 in the
No,
morning,
but I will have
something
worked
like
4 a.m. till 1, and I probably will be just getting home.
Yeah. Let me check the app real quick to make sure. I knew it was an early. I knew we had one like really early game coming up for me. Come on, schedule. I can't see crap today. 9 a.m. So 8:30 for the pregame. And then Nashville's at noon my time, so 11:30 for the pregame. And then all our other games, with the exception of Anaheim, which is on a Sunday, is at 2:30. But everything else is pretty much later or that. Yeah, so we have this is our remaining. I think it's 11 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
10
No,
games.
it's 10.
10 games. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 games. Our remaining 10 games. Boston, Buffalo, Winnipeg, or Minnesota, Nashville, Boston, San Jose, Arizona, Anaheim, Colorado, Vegas. I see 7 wins there.
Oh, Tanner, but a 9 p.m. game is right up Guy's alley.
A what?
She told you to quit your bitching. It's better than a 9 p.m. game. And I said...
Oh, yeah. Those, I love those. I absolutely love those. I love them. That's like 5 in the afternoon for me. That's just like right there. Everyone seems to not be worried about the Wild. However, the Blues have been very inconsistent on the whole, where the Wild structure and consistency screams playoff success. Sorry to be negative. No, Rob, you make a great point. That is a good point. However, I look at 11, 1 and 2. 11, 1 and 2. And that goes all the way back to 19. That's not just that you're talking about a period where the Blues have been good and bad and good. So you're looking at all of this other stuff. And with all of that being said, I'm okay with facing the Wild. I just think that not even close. The last team to win the President's and win the Cup was the 13 Blackhawks, but that's got an asterisk on it because it was a shortened season. Right? You go all the way back after that, and you've got nobody. It
was the Avs before that.
It was the Avs before that.
In the 90s.
So, I'm in the organization. Went inside my head. We have group meetings. Oh my goodness, you guys just make this so much fun. You guys do. You make it so much fun. For me, tomorrow is one of those games where you go into it and you say, play good. It's like during the 11-game win streak, right? In 19. It was play good. That's all it was. Play good.
Yep.
Get another one. Get another one. Get another one. Get another one.
One game at a time.
And I just, and it happened that way. So it was really amazing to just see that the way it happened. And if they could do it again, I'll be honest. I see 7 wins out of 10. right? 14 points. You put 14 to where we're at now, and I think you're at 104.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, we're at 94, so you're at 108.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were at 90.
No, I'm pretty sure we're at 94.
You're probably right. I'm just
Right?
tired.
So you get 108 points. You get 108 points and end up in third? Okay, I'll take it. Right? I'll take it.
Yeah.
You know, you win 10, you win 7 of your last 10. I'll take that. Yeah, we're at 94, so 14 points would be 108. You know, I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. You look at the Blues right now. One of the big things that tells you teams that are good, the teams that aren't, is differential. Right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you go and you look at the schedule by a league and you go to differential, right? And you sort it by differential, the Blues are 10th overall in points, right? Probably 10th in points percentage, maybe 11th. 1, 2, 3. They are fifth in differential. Who's ahead of them? Florida, plus 88. Colorado, plus 77. Calgary, plus 75. Carolina, plus 68. Blues, plus 57. Toronto, plus 56. Minnesota, plus 41. Rangers, plus 38. Penguins, plus 38. You notice the list there? That's a list of who's who, right?
Bob.
In fact, the top 16 teams are your playoff teams in plus minus. The 17th team is Vegas, who is right now out of the playoffs. What did I miss?
Bob, listen, I'm extremely superstitious. Every time I get confident in this team, they F-word me. So I'm going to bash them. It's for their own good, damn it. Love you, Bob.
No, he didn't say. So you changed that word. It was stupidlicious. Instead of superstitious, stupidstitious. I like that. And knowing Bob, that was on purpose. That wasn't a typo. That was on purpose. Actually, I know you smell it daily. I used to run the grill. Still at 46 years old to this day, one of the best smells ever to me is McDonald's buns toasting. I don't know. For me, it's a Lion's Choice roast beef coming out of the oven. When they first come out of the oven, right? Oh man, that smell, I loved it. Because actually, when they first come out of the oven, not a perfect smell. They're because they're wrapped in aluminum foil and they got the grease that's like clanged up on them and that. But it's when they take that foil off and you get that first whiff of the beet and that first cut, like they'll cut it in half, right, to put it on the rack. When you get that first cut in it, oh man, to die for, right?
For me, it's going into a Chili's. Like their wings just smell so good.
Yeah. Oh, so while we're talking food real quick before we go away, History has this show on Sundays called The Food That Built America, and they're in their second season. And yesterday they went over KFC. Well, they've done KFC's more of a mainstream one, but they kind of went into KFC after Harlan Sanders had sold it, right? The guys that bought it from Harlan Sanders were straight assholes. They cheated people. I mean, they absolutely cheated people. And one of the guys ended up being the governor of Kentucky, right? Dave Thomas worked for KFC. He was the first one that turned a KFC profitable. And then they go and find out that he put some money into the company that gives them napkins and plates and all of that. They told him it was a conflict of interest and made him sell his shares to them for what he bought them for, $50,000. They ended up being worth over $2 million. Yeah, they screwed it. But that's how we got Wendy's. He quit KFC and started Wendy's, and I might have to go get me some Wendy's. I'm an Emo's roast beef and cheese. I don't know about Emo's has roast beef.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. I'm hearing voices in my head again. That's probably my voice. Yeah, you don't want my voice in your head. Popeyes is better than KFC. Well, I mean, it is. All those restaurants, all the big chains have gotten so big that they forgot why they got so big. And they become too corporate and too much against profit instead of being about good food. Right?
I mean, I would stick with Raising Cane's any day over any of those bigger ones.
Yeah, Raising Cane's isn't bad. They just came up here, so I was new to me. I hadn't had it before.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get thrown off the show, man. You cannot hate
Absolutely.
Emos. Huh?
I said absolutely he's gonna get thrown off this show.
I love Emos. I absolutely love Emos.
Unfortunately, Tanner, I have his voice in my head quite a bit. As long as it sticks with his voice, though, I'm good. It's when he's singing gets stuck in my head that I have problems.
Oh, my singing? Is my singing that bad?
I do this every time.
It's better than all, and she's listening, so. Oh, Bob, I know your wife loves me more than you, so we'll just leave that there. Best cardboard ever. I love Emos. I'm sorry, Emos. I get why some people don't like Emos. I can get that, right? But I do not like thick pizzas. I don't. I like I've had Chicago's deep dish, more of a pie than a pizza. I've had that. I don't like it. I just don't. Right?
In Iowa, I had a lot of Chicago style pizza. So whenever I moved to St. Louis, it took some getting used to for the thin crust of Emos, but it grew on me.
Yeah, I think with Emos, the issue, it's that cheese, the Provel cheese. It's a combination. It's a processed cheese. It's not real cheese. Everybody gets it. He doesn't like the grease. I think that's what makes it.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's what makes it so much better. And then the fact that the pizza, when you get that square, it's right there. When you take that bite, you get everything. Right? Mm. Yeah, I'm with you there, bud. I've been to a few Uno's places and I haven't liked them. Right? Just not for me. I enjoy, I'll tell you what I miss. And I didn't realize it until just recently. I miss Burger Chef. I didn't even realize Burger Chef was gone, but I miss Burger Chef.
I've never even heard of Burger Chef.
Oh, wow. You've never heard of Burger Chef?
Mm-mm.
Right? Oh, wow. Oh, no, I'm with you, Robert. I'm with you on that. I am with you on that.
Oh, I'm with them on that too.
Right? I absolutely. We used to have a Chicago-style pizza shop back here in House Springs. I miss it. Great deep dish. I don't like that pizza. It just, for me, I don't like the dough, right? I don't eat pizza. And not only that, if you really think about it, what was a pizza, right? What came, it was the Pizza Hut guys and Domino's that really changed pizza to what it is today. But what was a pizza was very thin with just cheese and mozzarella and things like that on it. That's all it really was. It was considered peasant food, right? Oh, E, you're going to get in trouble now. The square beyond compare, my friend. Square beyond compare.
Chuck E. Cheese isn't square.
No, it isn't. But no, that just, I love it, man. I love it. Oh, wow. I'll have to try that place when I get home, Aunt Tammy. Next time I get home, I'll have to check that out. Well, guys, we're coming up on our hour. I know Ashley's tired. I've got my shots today, so I'm kind of floating here. That's why we've been up and down and talking about different things. Ashley might know it's called lumpies.
No, I didn't hang out in House Springs except for when I went to work there, bud.
Yep. So, man, I just lost my train of thought. Tomorrow.
You had your shots, and now tomorrow.
Tomorrow. 6:30 or 5:30. 5:30, right? No, 6:30.
No, 5:30.
5:30. 5:30. Okay, 5:30 Central Daylight Time. I think it's 12:30 Hawaii Standard Time. Me, Ashley, possibly Maddie C, and
Terry Yake.
Terry Yake. Man, I just can't get my head together.
I'm excited because he was with the Blues whenever I first became a fan. So I'm really excited.
Terry's one of those guys. Terry was a journeyman, but he made it be known that he could do something. He scored the first ever hat trick for the Ducks. Mm-hmm. Think about that. He could be a Duck legend, and he'd rather be known as a Blue. Mm-hmm. Right? I'll take that. That's what. Well, yeah, that's just because she likes knocking you upside the head and making your head lumpy. That's why. Right? So tomorrow we'll be talking to Terry Yake. We'll be talking to Maddie C. Playing Boston with luck. Caroline Kryg is going to get his lap and his cheer and his video. He deserves it. He played there long enough. Ashley, thanks so much for joining me tonight. Sorry about the extra half hour, the later half hour.
You're
needed
fine.
it. Yep. So this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and Ashley Slapshot Jones saying aloha, mahalo, and you got to know we are both bleeding blue with you till the next BlueNote Fan Report.
Thank you, Jason.
Aloha.